Welcome to CorkCon today for November 14th, 2019. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of CorkCon right now and give you my opinion on them. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below. I'll put a link to each story so you can read about them for yourself and let us know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing. Hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. Well, a lot's been happening in the world of CorkCon right now, including we're getting some Black Friday information about great deals, including an $18 Roku, $19.99 Fire TV stick, and the Roku Ultra for $49.99, down from $100. There's some really great deals out there, everywhere from Best Buy, Walmart, and more. Becca has broke down the full list of all the deals out there. Link in the show notes down below if you want to see what's coming to Amazon and when, what's coming to Best Buy and more down there, including Target and some other stores. Now, if you find a Black Friday deal you think we should let our readers know about, or the viewers here, go to CorkCarsNews.com, click on the Contact Us button, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you found. But here's a quick few to keep an eye on. An $18 Roku SE, which is basically the Roku Premier with a slightly different color, sold exclusively on Black Friday, Cyber Monday through Walmart, will be just $18. That's a really good deal for a HD streaming player. So if you just want a really cheap streaming player, maybe to travel with, or maybe have a really cheap one for the kids' room, for 18 bucks, not a bad deal. Now, if you have one of the older Rokus and you need to upgrade, you may want to visit your local Walmart. Supplies will be very limited on this deal. They typically sell out very quick. For the last couple years when they've been doing the SE players, they're gone before you know it. So don't wait. Get it as soon as you can. And Roku will be also teaming up with Walmart to start selling Roku TVs under the Walmart ON brand, the ONN brand. Now, these are going to be some very cheap TVs starting at $98, including a 50-inch 4K Roku TV for just $148, or a 58-inch 4K TV for $198. So if you want a dirt cheap, bare bones Roku TV that's really big, maybe kids' playroom, maybe the man cave downstairs, whatever it may be, maybe just for your project room, whatever you want, you should check out this deal because it's a really good TV. Now, I imagine this isn't probably as good as the higher end Roku TVs that are going to be available for sale, but for $98 for a basic HD TV for the kids' room, or $148 for a 50-inch 4K TV, that's a pretty good deal. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more about them down below. All right, let's get into the news of the day. Starting off with Apple is, according to Bloomberg, reportedly looking at bundling Apple TV Plus, Apple News Plus, and Apple Music all into a single bundle in 2020. Currently, these work out to be roughly, let's just round up a little bit here, 24, 25 bucks, somewhere in that range. And Apple reportedly, according to people who are familiar with this, wants to bundle them together so that they can get more subscribers. Now, they say 2020. I almost wonder if this will be something that will happen after the end of the current one-year promo for, or if you buy like a new iPhone, iPad, or more, you're going to get a free year of Apple TV Plus. You know, offering a discounted bundle maybe if you subscribe to all three could help keep people subscribed to them going forward, so that in the days and weeks after that bundle deal happens, people continue to be subscribed. Apple needs time to build more subscribers, and getting more time by discounts is one way to do it. Apple TV Plus is very cheap, but the amount of content it offers compared to Hulu, Disney Plus, and what it will be compared to with Peacock and HBO Max is very low. So I'd love to know what you think. You know, maybe if they get all this down to 20 bucks, knock $5 off if you subscribe to all three. Would you do it? What do you think of this? Do you have Apple TV Plus? What do you think of it? Haven't really got a lot of feedback from our readers on Apple TV Plus, so I'd love to know what you think. If you have it, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the service, and let us know if you think you will plan to keep subscribed if you currently have the 1 year free, or if you think you'll be going to something else to subscribe instead. The battle for your streaming dollar is definitely heating up, and Apple seems to want to be competing in that field. All right, next story up of the day. The FCC announced this week that they're going to spend $13 million more to expand rural broadband. This is on top of the $60 million they announced last month, and is part of a massive effort to bring high-speed internet to rural Americans. Now, I always get asked, why is the FCC investing in rural internet? Why don't the internet providers do it? Well, for some very rural areas, it's just not financially feasible for some of these companies to run it. For instance, if I go into a moderate-sized town or a large town and I wire in a mile of street, I can connect 100 customers or more to that mile easily. If I go into a rural area, I may run a mile of cable and maybe connect one person. And so that dramatically raises the cost of bringing internet to rural America compared to, hey, if I bring it to New York City, I run a mile, I can sign up a lot of people. I bring it to an average mid-sized town in America, I can sign up a lot of people for that mile of cable. And now the FCC is investing to try to bring high-speed internet to hundreds of thousands of people who currently don't have it over the next 10 years. So this is really great, and it's not like they're completely paying for this. What they're doing is they're offering incentives and some investments in it to make this happen. So keep an eye on this. If you're in rural America, keep a close eye on your local provider and ask them, hey, I live here. What can you do to help bring us internet? If they know you're interested, it helps raise the possibility of them being able to run it down your street. So keep that in mind. If you want to learn more about this, including a full breakout of all the money they've been allocating out over the last couple months to rural internet and where it's been going, link in the show notes down below to learn more about that. All right, yesterday Pluto TV added several new CBS channels. Today, Vidcon reported their earnings call, and we've learned that Pluto TV now has 20 million active users here in the United States. And this is up 67% since January of 2019, right before when Vidcon purchased Pluto TV. They've added over 40-some channels, including a bunch of Vidcon channels. They've also added a ton of Spanish language channels to Pluto TV to help continue the growth. But for right now, it looks like the growth of Pluto TV is going to continue to be very strong. Pluto TV has seen very strong growth. Now, the next earning call for Vidcon will be after the Vidcon-CBS merger, barring any last-minute legal challenge or legal trouble for it. But they're saying next month that will happen. They've talked a lot about bringing CBS content more to Pluto TV in a similar manner that they've brought Vidcon content. Here's a bunch of older Vidcon content. Maybe they'll bring some older CBS content to help entice you maybe to subscribe to CBS All Access or watch a new show on CBS through that. And that's what they've talked about. So far, this strategy has been paying off. And they've driven a lot of subscribers recently to Pluto TV and other services. It'll be interesting to see. I'd love to know what you think of Pluto TV. Are you very happy with it? If you haven't tried it recently, I would highly recommend you try it. And not just Pluto TV, check out Stir, IMDb TV, the Roku channel, and more, Crackle, Zumo TV, and give them a second try. A lot of content's been coming to these services recently that wasn't there in the past. Vidcon has been very clear that they intend to keep Pluto TV free and that they intend to keep investing in it as a way to attract A, ad dollars. They're a big ad seller. B, they also want to be able to, for instance, when the new James Bond movie comes out next year, they're using Pluto TV to promote it by running marathons of old James Bond movies. So we're going to keep a close eye on this, see what they do. Let me know what you think. What do you think of Vidcon's efforts here? What do you think of their plans? All right, next story up of the day. Crackle, another great free service, used to be owned by Sony. It used to be called Crackle, then they changed it to Sony Crackle, and then they sold it to Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment Group, who now owns and manages Crackle. I think Sony has some type of relationship with it. Some Sony content will be there. But we had an interview with the head of Crackle this week. Just sat down and talked all things free streaming, what's the future of Crackle now under the new ownership, and more. And according to the interview, Crackle will complete their rebranding this week, where you'll see just the service called Crackle. And they're going to be focusing more on original content. Now, Crackle was one of the few free streaming services to do original content. People wondered, now that it was leaving Sony to go to a new ownership, would that free original content come to an end? Now, Crackle says, nope, we're very committed to original content. We will continue to invest in original content, in addition to all the additional free movies and television shows you get from the back catalog there. So I highly suggest if you're interested in free services, you want to learn more about the future of Crackle, check out the story down below with Jess's interview of the president of Crackle, the head of Crackle, I'm not sure his full job title, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think of Crackle. If you haven't tried it out, maybe it's going to be time to give it another try now that there's new owners. And lastly, Vidcon, which is a new $14 a month streaming service. It's currently in early beta. They're going to do a full rollout later with a bigger package of channels, but they are now offering a $14.99 package here of a bunch of channels, and it's now available on Roku. So they rolled out an official Roku channel. They had been having an unofficial Roku channel for a while, but Vidcon is now available in the Roku channel store. Link in the show notes down below. I'd love to know, do you use Vidcon? Have you tested it out? What do you think of it? Let me know. Now, some things they've been very clear. Hey, DVR is not there, but DVR is coming and more. They're, just in early launch phase of it, so keep that in mind. Well, that's it for today. If you're a regular here, you love these videos, don't forget to hit that notification bell and set it to all. That way you don't miss any of our videos. Like today at 1 p.m. Eastern, we will be recording our weekly podcast live here on YouTube. Jess and I get live. We talk about the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, and then we answer some of your questions at the end of it and give you some recommendations on what we enjoy watching. So check that out. Link in the show notes down below if you want to learn more about that. Hit the subscribe button too, so you can watch the podcast. And thank you so much for the support of everybody. Unbelievable growth. 120,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. Not even 2 months after we hit 100,000. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. I hope you're staying warm. It's a cold, rainy one down here in Texas. I'll be back tomorrow with more cord cutting news, tips, tricks, and reviews, and in the podcast. But check it out. If you're new here, we do all kinds of things like the cord cutting Q&A every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I answer your cord cutting questions for about an hour. And we also have reviews, how-to guides, hidden gems of Roku's, tips, tricks, and more. So I hope you all take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for your support.